Back with Craig and Chuck from our Races Edge 453-7600 right on Lincoln Street in Breckenridge. We're talking accessories, and also before we go into accessories, let's talk a little bit about your demo skis and what you'd put somebody on the optimum ski today.
Wow, today it's wonderful conditions around the county. Here we have a Rossignol S2. It's a women's all-mountain ski aimed at that strong intermediate to advanced all-mountain skier. Really fun for cruising, for a little soft, just a great ski for the ladies up there. We have for men the Experience 83. We even have a kids version of an S3 that'd be really good today too for demos for the whole family.
You know, and between the two of you, you have probably about 70 years experience about renting, demoing, tuning, fitting skis and boots. Now, Craig, you used to ski here in Breckenridge back when the Utes were racing here. The difference between the skis that we learned on and the skis that now a beginner and an intermediate learn on, it's amazing, and it makes the sport more enjoyable.
That's right. They're obviously a little fatter, a little shorter. The new rocker technology makes them a little easier to turn. A lot of them have the twin tips, so you know, if you want to go backwards, you can go backwards, and if you want to, you know, get big in the pipe, you know, you can get big in the half pipe as well.
You know, I mean, in the old days, carving a turn was the ultimate goal, and with those straight, long skis, that was more of a chore. Now we have a ski that's more user-friendly, and you guys, for your rental packages, what do you put people on? What brands and models?
We've got quite a selection of stuff. We start with a high-performance package, which is kind of a step up from a lot of basic stuff that's offered out there. Still works really well for entry-level skiers up through intermediate. We have a Rossignol Experience 78 for them. Again, a little wider under the foot, has a rocker technology, so it's easy to handle, easy to direct, easy to learn on. Lots of side cuts, so you know it's easy carving a turn on those. Demos, we have multiple models from Rossignol, Kesley, as well as Salomon for both men, women, and kids.
You know, you go in there, you tell these guys what your ability is, what you like to do. They'll take a look at your feet, see how you're built, your expertise, and they'll put you on that precise ski that'll make your day more enjoyable and make your turn more efficient. Speaking about making a turn more efficient, you can't edge, you can't carve, you can't even snowplow unless you have that good boot to ski contact, and that's where boot fitting comes in, not only for performance but also for comfort.
Comfort is certainly key, although we can't. We can't boots. That's all about alignment and getting everybody. So when you move, the right amount of movement goes to your ski.
Right.
A lot of people start with a boot that comes out of a mold made for hopefully everybody, but 6 billion pairs of feet in the world, and they aren't even the same left to right. So having a boot that lines up properly for you is not necessarily a given.
And
so
how do you accomplish that?
Well, we have some things we look at first. How the lower leg comes out of the shaft of the boot, just with the shell and the footbed inside there. We want to make sure that the ankle can flex in the angle that it's intended to instead of being pushed to one side or the other by the liner and the cuff. Once we get that set, we look at where the knee and the edges or the bottom of the boot line up. We want the center of the knee mass to be plumb right over the ski when it's level. That way when you start to move to one side or the other, you start to get the edging when you need it.
And that's accomplished not only with footbeds that you guys are famous for, also with canting, as you mentioned, and just fitting the boot properly. And if your feet hurt, your day's ruined. So if your feet hurt, come see these guys at a Races Edge, right on Lincoln Street in Breckenridge, right next to Salt Creek, Millennium Bank. And what happens, you come down Ski Hill Road, cross Main Street, Ski Hill Road turns in to Lincoln Street, and you'll find them right on the left, right past Salt Creek Saloon. Now, accessories, you guys have not only tunes, but accessories. You're doing some deals on those?
Right, we're doing 25% off on Schwani gloves and helmets, and pretty much everything in the shop except for a few items.
Yeah. You know what, I mean, extremities are what get cold, your hands, your feet, and that's where accessories pay off. And certainly the start of a great accessorized skier is a helmet.
Helmets are really important from safety. They're certainly top of the list there, but they're also very warm. They're warmer than a hat, keep the wind out really nicely with ear flaps. They're comfortable, lightweight, really I think an important piece of any equipment that you're going to need on the slopes. Some of the Schwani gloves we have.
I got that.
This is one of the ladies' versions. This is called their Toaster Mitt, and these are awesome. One thing that makes the mittens really warm is you get to save all the share, I should say, all the warmth between your fingers. But within the mitten that way, there's fingers. So if you need some dexterity, your finger's going to pop out the side, adjust your buckles, put on chapstick, whatever you need to do, pull your zipper up, go back in, re-zip the mitten, off you go.
Nice. You know, I'd like to get something like that for my wife because that would make it easier for her to pull out a credit card when we go to lunch, but she doesn't carry a credit card. A Racer's Edge, it is a Racer's Edge Breck, a Racer's Edge plural, Breck, .com or 453-7600 right on Ridge Street, right?
That's perfect.
All right, guys. Well, you check it out. I got to tell you, if you look at some of the ski magazines when they rate ski shops across, not just in Summit County, but all the country, you'll find the mention of a Racer's Edge. Reputation, service, as well as expertise, right on Ridge Street, on Lincoln Street in Breckenridge on the Quest. You're kind of right on the corner of Ridge and Lincoln. So check them out. You'll be glad you did, and we'll be back with more. Don't go away.